If you feel like you're always tired, you're not alone. Studies have shown that adults in the US feel tired on average 3 days a week, and 30 to 48% of adults have trouble falling asleep. However, for many of us, the issue isn't how much sleep we get. Rather, it's the anxiety surrounding our sleep, which is what we're going to dispel in this video. A woman by the name of Amelia used to reside in a little community tucked away amid tall mountains. She has always been a lively, vivacious, and enthusiastic woman. However, as the days went by, Amelia noticed that she was continuously exhausted and restless. As sleep eluded her like a fleeting dream, nights became her enemy. Her tired state was evident from the dark bags under her eyes. Amelia looked for any cure she could find to help her fatigue. She tried numerous sleep aids, sought medical advice, and tried different medications, but nothing seemed to help. Amelia heard tales of a knowledgeable Zen teacher who lived atop the highest peak of the neighboring mountains one day, when hope seemed far away. There were rumors about his deep wisdom and his capacity to soothe troubled spirits. Amelia made the decision to set out on a journey to visit the Zen teacher because she was intrigued and in need of relief from her insomnia. Amelia found herself in the company of a placid old guy with soft eyes and a calm visage as she entered the master's modest home. The Zen master gave her a warm smile and friendly greeting before asking Amelia why she had come over. He gestured for Amelia to sit next to him without saying a word, while she talked about her tiredness and the weight of her problems. They sat in silence for what seemed like an eternity, the only sounds being the rustling of leaves and the soft breeze caressing the hilltop. Amelia felt her weary spirit being calmly washed over her by the Zen instructor. The weights she had been carrying for so long started to lessen in this moment of calm and connection. The Zen master then started speaking. "My daughter, Matthew Walker's book, Why We Sleep, is excellent. But there was this huge hysteria people needed to get their 8 hours of sleep. These people believed that if they didn't get their 8 hours of sleep, they would eventually develop Alzheimer's disease and various cardiovascular issues. All of this feeds into a condition known as sleep anxiety, which is the sensation of fear, worry, or concern about your sleep, which paradoxically actually makes it harder for you to fall asleep." Amelia paid close attention, soaking up the Zen master's teachings like a sponge. "I want to discuss the 4 sleep misconceptions that will improve your ability to sleep at night. Myth 1. As long as you get enough sleep, it doesn't matter when you sleep. My child, it turns out that the circadian rhythm, a phenomenon, doesn't actually matter how much we sleep. Almost every element of our health and well-being is supported by circadian rhythms. Your body's internal clock, known as the circadian rhythm, tells it what you require at any given time. A research team found that our eyes have a number of cells that simply function to detect light, not to aid in the perception of images. Our eyes have a light detection system that tells our brain what time of day it is and assists in regulating our body clock. Since our internal clocks are light sensitive, we normally prefer to be awake when the outside light is bright and to be asleep when the outside light is dark. The study team has been investigating how the circadian rhythm is impacted. For instance, when you work night shifts or when you sleep at odd hours due to conditions like jet lag. They discovered that these persons experience an increase in stress hormones, an increase in the risk of heart disease, an increase in the frequency of illness, and an increased propensity for emotional and cognitive difficulties. Consequently, my daughter, it's crucial to understand that despite the fact that we all have internal clocks, not all of them are set exactly the same way. As a result, when you hear someone say, "I'm a morning person," or "I'm a night owl," they are referring to something called your chronotype, which is based on a tendency to go to bed at a specific time. As a result, learn to pay attention to your body's internal clock. If you feel exhausted, take the time you need to rest. Otherwise, carry on with your day. Myth 2. 8 hours of sleep is required for everyone. The truth is that everyone differs significantly in terms of how much sleep they actually require. The little dissatisfaction that results from this is that an average value is assumed to be the best value for everyone, which is obviously unhealthy. Sleep durations might range from 6 hours, or possibly a little less, to 10 or 11 hours. Although 8 hours is the average, there is a lot of individual variety, so you should focus on a few other factors to improve your sleep, rather than obsessing about how many hours you slept. First, ask yourself whether you spontaneously woke up in the morning or whether an alarm was necessary. The majority of the time, if you awaken normally, you've had a good night's sleep. The second question you might ask yourself is whether it took you a while to get up and whether you felt the need for caffeinated beverages to jolt you up. This could indicate that you didn't get enough rest, and you can even keep an eye on your behavior. You may genuinely be acting foolishly, being cruel or unfeeling, or simply being a little obnoxious to those around you if you didn't get enough sleep the night before. The third urban legend holds that you should avoid blue light before bed. Since blue light is light and has a short wavelength, which tends to have more energy than longer wavelengths of light, scientists have hypothesized that blue light may interact with the eye in some manner and make it more difficult to fall asleep. For instance, some eyewear includes a blue light filter. This is due to the optician asking them if they wanted to spend an extra $100 for a blue light filter when they visited. Although it is claimed to improve sleep, it turns out that this is somewhat of a misconception. According to studies, using a phone at its brightest setting for 4 hours just before bed for 5 nights in a row causes a 10-minute sleep delay. Nonetheless, this finding has no biological significance. Myth #4. Melatonin promotes restful sleep. Have you ever overheard someone mention how melatonin made them fall asleep? Yes, Amelia nodded. The Zen master went on to say that while many individuals take melatonin to aid in sleep, it is also a popular supplement for those who suffer from jet lag. The most comprehensive research to date indicates that persons who take melatonin before bed can cut the time by 30 minutes. Numerous other investigations revealed no effects at all. Consequently, melatonin does not aid in sleep. Amelia came to understand that her agitation wasn't only physical, but also originated from a mind troubled by worry over what the Zen master had mentioned. The Zen teacher also led her through straightforward but profound meditation practices, training her to be objective in her observation of her thoughts and to find comfort in the beauty of each passing moment. As Amelia immersed herself in the teachings of the Zen master, days stretched into weeks. She started to lose the heavy weight that had been dragging her down with each day that went by. Her body and mind began to unwind gradually, and the elusive sleep that had eluded her for so long began to grace her nights. Amelia was a different person when she returned to her village. She felt at peace and satisfied. The formerly worn-out and restless woman had transformed into a beautiful soul who gratefully and joyfully embraced each day. She shared the knowledge she had learned from the Zen master, providing comfort to those who suffered as she had once, as people marveled at the metamorphosis that had occurred within her, inspiring others to seek out the path of inner peace and serving as a reminder to them that sometimes the best healing may be found in the quiet depths of our own souls. Amelia's experience with the Zen master became a legend as a result of its significance.